Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Thursday to you all. This is a release that me 3-4 months ago would never have imagined would happen. Because the four members, formerly known as BBGIRLS, are back. After they didn't re-sign with Brave Entertainment earlier in the year, we feared the worst. This group would never see the light of day again. No longer. They are now under Warner Music, and they have made a return. Whether you want to call it a comeback or whether you want to call it a re-debut, I don't really know. But they're back under the name BBGIRLS with the song One More Time. And if that isn't the title that raises the hairs on your arms, I don't know what will, because that is one of the most powerful titles for a re-debut that I can imagine. Especially if you know the history of BBGIRLS and how they had that second lease of life when Roland went viral. And for me, of course, you know, many groups have gotten the Summer Queens tag over the years, but for me and my K-pop journey, it's always been BBGIRLS. They've always been the Summer Queens for me. And to have them back in the peak of the summer release season, it's just, everything is right in the world. So, let's check out One More Time, and also, since it's a 2-track single, we'll tack on the B-side Lemonade at the end as well. So, here we go! I cannot tell you how excited I am for this. Every time I hear a song that's kind of summery, kind of tropical housey, I always get reminded of BBGIRLS. I always get reminded of BBGIRLS. It's like, They really owned this sound back when they were BBGIRLS, and I reckon they'll continue to do so. So, one more time, here we go. Straight into the tropical house. Hello. I missed your voices. Whoa. It's a bit more retro synth pop than tropical house than I'm used to. I'm not mad at it though. Chromatic Ascent, okay. I also like that each member is kind of getting a proper chance to shine now. Like, of course, you're getting... Oh, switch up the roles. I was expecting Minhyuk to come in with the punchy initial hit. They've swapped the roles this time around. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. It's like they never left. It's like they never left. Slow it down for the bridge one time. Oh! Switch up the message on that final chorus. And a bona fide outro. It genuinely does feel like a revitalized Brave Girls sound. It really does. Like, Brave Girls, especially when it came to summer releases, had a very distinct sound. There's a reason why they were labeled Summer Queens in the first place. It's because their summer sound was unmistakably them, right? Of course, a part of me was thinking, no Brave sound singer. Of course there isn't one. And it's like, it was, like the JYP Whisper or the Brave Sound Stinger. It's like those things kind of came synonymous with certain groups. With One More Time, I'm so glad it doesn't have that Brave Sound Stinger, because it doesn't fit. But the song itself really does feel like a revamped Brave Girl sound. It's got the tropical house vibe to it, but it's also very retro synth heavy. And frankly, if this is the direction they're gonna go, I'm not upset at it by any means of the imagination. I do kind of like the song formula though. I feel like, especially Yuna, I feel like she's getting more chance to shine vocally in this song. It's like Eunji and Minyoung as being like the 1-2 punch in the chorus sections. I feel like that's always kind of been the case, especially when you have the vocal power that Minyoung has. Like, there are not many people out there who can match her in terms of vocal power. And so it makes sense why you'd put her in like the killing parts of the song. So you'd go Minyoung, Eunji, Minyoung for the choruses, maybe flip the roles around a little bit, and then you have Yuna and Yujong kind of doing the verse sections. And because they're a 4-member group, it kind of evens itself out nicely. But I feel like, compared to like previous Brave Girls stuff, there's also me not quite clearly remembering all like the line distributions of the old Brave Girls stuff, but I feel like Yuna and Yujong got a little bit more chance to shine, which was really nice. Visually, in terms of the MV, I feel like they got a lot more chance to shine, which was cool. But I just want to give me that first verse again. Give it to me one more time. Yeah. Typically, you would have gotten the Brave Sound Stinger once that muffled filter came in. The way this beat kicks in is nuts. It's so quick. Like, the song kicks in so quickly. And the song itself isn't very quick. Like, if you know Brave Girls music, it's really not much different. It's just, you don't really expect the beat to hit you that hard right off the rip, but boy does it hit pretty hard in the beginning. Keep it going. That chromatic ascent is really interesting. It's very different. And it's kind of something you don't expect from a song of this nature, if that makes sense. Like, typically on a synth pop song like this, it's very pretty firmly like laid out in terms of like the chord sequence, things like that. But all of a sudden you get that little chromatic 4-step ascent, you're like, whoa. And then of course, killing part, these two together, tried and tested, and that beat comes back in nice and firm. And then it's just repeat that cycle over and over again. It's like, alright, I see you, I see you. And ultimately, like, I know we still have one more song to go, because we're going to check out Lemonade, but honestly, Brave Girls or I guess BB Girls now, could have done anything, and I would have been happy with it. It's the fact that they have a second lease on life again. Like, Roland put them, really skyrocketed them up. They were like the Phoenix group. And they're doing it again. And I really hope they do well with this, because boy was the world robbed of this group. When it's like, what's that phrase? Like, when the world needed them most, they disappeared. Like, that kind of vibe with Brave Girls. It really was. Like, shooting Queendom 2 during COVID and seeing them always be like at the very bottom was painful to see every week. Seeing all the interactions they had in the show kind of softened that blow. But then it's like, they didn't have a whole lot of music to promote, and then they just kind of eventually petered out. And it was really sad. I still remember that day. I cried that day. I binge listened to every single Brave Girl song on Spotify, and I cried that day. But those tears, they didn't go to waste. Because they're back. And we have one more song to check out, so let me cue that up real quick. And we have Lemonade, the B-side. Enough stalling, enough waffling. I don't know what this is going to sound like. Is it going to be something similar? Is it going to be a little bit more tropical housey? I don't know. Let's find out. Here we go. Oh, hello.
Sour and then you're sweet. 한마디로 널 다 설명 못하지. 네 곁에선 더위도 사라지곤 해. Baby, there is something in you. 시원하고 달콤한 향기. Wanna feel it? You are my lemonade. 좀더 달콤하게.
It's like a mix between tropical and funk. Saxophone? Oh, okay. I'm on board. I'm on board. I like the little glasses addition in the background. That's nice.
That's right. Don't take my heart and break it. Yeah, you're amazing. Yeah, I know. You are my lemonade.
Yeah, I love this blend of the tropical vibe. It's not tropical house. It's very like almost. I could hear a steel pan playing with this. Right, get a pan flute and a steel drum in this. Oh yeah, I can see it. Get your moment brass section. Oh, little bass action. A lot of movement in this final chorus. Oh, and a final brass hit at the end. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Okay, yeah. Quite different from what I expected. I'm not mad at it, though. In fact, I'm actually very pleased that it's a little bit different. Because I'm not going to complain about a song that's got a brass section in it. I love a brass section in a song. Very nice. But I kind of like that Lemonade is a little bit more relaxing. It's a type of song that I can like imagine listening to, lounge chair under a parasol on the beach with, a lemonade on the side table, just kind of feeling the warm air kind of blow by. It's nice and chill. It's like a beach top, like straw roof hut, just kind of vibe at the beachfront bar kind of vibe. It's not a summer party song like Chimaparam was, but it doesn't need to be. And I actually do quite like that. It feels very summery, but in a kind of more mature, refined way. As the composition of the song itself is very almost, it's teetering along the lines of jazz fusion in a way, or the specifically like the Japanese jazz fusion scene of like the 1970s and 1980s. If you're familiar with that genre, very fun type jazz fusion. But it's got that kind of vibe to it, but it's also got that tropical spin to it. Of course, you've got the little glasses, like percussion part in the background, like the pitch glasses. That's very nice. You have the very plucky piano part or the keyboard part, which, in my humble opinion, I think could be replaced with a steel drum or steel pan, and I don't think it'd be out of place. And the song almost naturally feels like it has, like, you could hear waves crashing behind it, and I think that's really interesting as well. When a song is able to paint a very clear mental image like this, for me, it's usually the sign of a really well written song, because it sets the song in a scene that's very clear to me, and just relaxing on the beach vibes. No going crazy on at the volleyball nets, no laying out for a frisbee, no going on a swim, just enjoying the warm weather, enjoying the warm sun, and just relax. I am so glad they got one more run at this. I really am. It's the way Brave Girls went out at the end of that phase of their career was just, it was painful to follow. It was like, we want more music. We want more music. And it's just like they drip fed us until the very end. And the thing is, they had some heat music at the end of the Brave Girls era too. Like Thank You was really good. That entire EP off of that Thank You album was really good. Um, After We Ride, the repackage. Oh my goodness, After We Ride was one of my favorite songs to drop that year. It was so good. Chimabaram was spectacular. And honestly, while it may be a kind of a slight different vein, but one more time, I wouldn't be afraid to putting it up there. It's very good, and I know this is definitely kind of like a there's like that emotional attachment part to it, but I would not be upset at listening to one more time over and over and over again. Very, 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 very nice indeed. But that is it for me today. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Whether it be, checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.